Okay, we're on G5. We're going to do this loop. Just got a drink of water. There was a turtle. Saw a turtle on the road the other day. I was taking a trip west. So I think it was Route 62 going through Wartburg. It was morning rush hour and I see a turtle going across the road. He was moving pretty fast, but man, he was taking his life in his hands. I felt bad for it. I couldn't stop. It was in a busy area. There's no place to pull over. I felt bad for him. Chances of getting across pretty hard. I swerved around him. He was half a way across my lane, so he only had another half a lane to go. I was able to swerve around him, so hopefully the little turtle made it across. On that same trip I saw a hawk, a baby hawk, looked like he had an injured leg, standing in my lane. I had to jam on the brakes, wait for traffic to go around, and then I had to swerve around him. I couldn't stop there either. That was another bad spot. I would have at least stopped and helped him across the off the road, you know. put them in the grass. I probably would have got my ass bit, but my parrot used to give me that too. I know what it feels like. It doesn't tickle. Birds like that, I got a hell of a clamping force. I used to hand my bird a peanut with it in the shell, and that bird would de-shell that peanut in about 2 seconds. Or sunflower seed. Give that bird a sunflower seed, and I swear it would have it shucked in a half a second. Just how to open them. I'm not going to risk my life to save an animal. Some people do. I heard a story, actually it made it on the news. I think it was in the national news. It may have just been local news. Of a guy up in Torrington, Connecticut. He saw a timber rattler in the middle of the road, so he decided to save it. And guess what he got for his troubles? It's not funny, actually. It just goes to show you, if you see a timber rattler in the road, you don't have to run him over, but you should probably just leave him alone. He said he took his shirt off and threw it over the rattlesnake, and then went to pick it up, and it turned around on him, I guess. Bit him. Must have given him a good jolt. He ended up in cardiac arrest. And at the hospital they put him in a medically induced coma. So, and they said he owned his own landscaping business. I don't think he had insurance. So, which I don't know why. If you got a business, you'd think you'd have insurance, but that's an expensive lesson to learn. See a snake in the road, don't try to help it across. Jeez. Woody section here. Section's always been muddy. So I'm more than happy to help a turtle out here. If I see a turtle in the middle of the trail, I'll stop and help them across. Frickin' side-by-sides and just run them right over. don't think I'd help a copperhead or a rattlesnake across the road. I wouldn't run him over, but I'd keep my distance. I saw a pretty big copperhead up here, maybe it's probably getting on 3 years now. I've seen a couple smaller ones since then, but this was a big one. It's probably 30 inches, maybe 3 feet long. Fat. And it was just sitting there. It was pretty cold out. Just kind of sitting there on the side of the trail, so I parked away from them. I went and got a stick. I poked him with a stick. And he moved pretty fast. He didn't necessarily like it when I poked him with a stick. Kept my hands away from him, the biting end. They're actually very beautiful snakes. Like they're light tan with blackish dark gray hourglass pattern, and of course they got a copper head on them. Make a great pet if they weren't so deadly. We're on Trail 5 now. This trail's pretty wet. I'm gonna stop up here at Flat Gap. Nice clear puddle there. I washed off the bike a little bit. It's dark in here. So knock on wood, I've never seen a rattler up here. They're up here. On the Facebook, the Windrock Facebook page, one of the moderators asked, "Hey, does anybody have pictures of any snakes up here?" Pictures came flooding in. Copperheads, rattlesnakes. Daytime and at nighttime. There were a few pictures of some pretty big rattlesnakes going across the trail at night. So needless to say, I used to go off the trail. used to go check out waterfalls and caves, stuff like that in the spring, thinking that there wouldn't be any snakes. They'd still be sleeping or hibernating. And then I saw a post where somebody was hiking in like February or early March. One of the hiking areas around here, one of the state parks. And she took a picture of a copperhead. Pretty big copperhead. And I said, geez, I thought they were still hibernating. You know, I was always under the impression that the snakes don't come out until May or June. And some other guy, he claimed, but I have no reason to doubt him, he claimed he was a park ranger. And he said that he's seen copperheads out warming themselves on the rocks while there was still snow on the ground. So I was like, damn. So now I don't go off trail. But I sure as hell wouldn't go off trail right now. What's in that brush? Just waiting for a mouse to walk by. I've got pretty tall leather boots on, but I don't want to try them out. Soupy. Soupy and slippery clay. I was going to take a rest back there, but go up here to G20. So I'd be happy if I never saw a live rattlesnake up here. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 live copperheads and probably 5 or 6 dead ones, where people have run it over, but you still don't want to get next to the head. From what I understand, even if you chop the head off a snake, if you get near the head, it's kind of like a bluefish. It just has this nervous reaction where even if it's just the head, you move your hand near it and it wants to bite you and inject you with venom. So it's still pretty dangerous. I saw another story where a guy was with his wife and kids down by a lake somewhere, and there was this little baby rattlesnake. It was only like 6 or 8 inches long, got bit by it, and he almost died. So I don't think it matters the size of a rattlesnake. You just don't want to mess with them. Even if they're little. Alright, I'm just going to take a break here, and maybe I'll go up there today. We'll see.